Chief Hodges here, Car Karaoke. I got special guests today. I got Richfield Chief, Mr. J over here, and then we got man from the richest city in the Metro, Edina, Todd Milburn. How you guys doing today?
Good. How you doing? We are really good.
So, you guys are chiefs. What do you like about being chief?
I'll go first. I think just for me, I've been the chief for about 11 years here in Richfield. Obviously, the impact that we can make in the community, being out in the community, talking to residents, meeting with staff, working with the other departments. I think just really creating culture as a chief, I think, is important, and being able to be out there with our staff and seeing the impact that our staff makes, but also the impacts that the other departments make within the city we work with and the community involvement that we have. I think that's some of the rewarding things that I've seen throughout my career.
Todd?
Yeah, for me, I started in Brooklyn Park. I had a great career up there for about 28, 29 years, and I was just blessed with this opportunity to become the chief in Edina. So I'm super proud and happy about that. But since becoming chief in the last, 3.5 years, for me, it's really been about this extension around building trust, right? We talk a lot about building trust with community members. And so we in law enforcement have put a lot of work and effort into that in all of our departments to work towards that goal. And I just love seeing the outcomes of that, right? The community engagement work, the event planning that we do, all of us get involved with that, seeing our officers get involved with that kind of work, and then seeing that return on that investment too, right? And you see it in the faces and the eyes of our officers who come back with that gratitude, right? That community building and that ability to just really make things better. And I always tell my cops, you have that opportunity to make it better for people. So when you see those things come to fruition and those outcomes happen, that's one of the most gratifying points of my chief career.
Copy that. Well, we all work well together down here. And we're going to put this picture up here. Chief Christensen out at the airport. He couldn't make it today. And then Chief Sackey out at Eden Prairie. We're going to put their picture up here. I didn't have enough time to prepare the popsicle sticks for today, or you guys would for sure be here with us.
Hey, Booker, can I talk about something though?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't, I was just minding my own business today. I was working hard in my office, and I thought you guys called me and said, hey, let's go out to lunch. And so then you guys picked me up, and I'm here, and I see all these cameras around, people are laughing, you're telling me I got to sing? I wasn't ready for that. So I'm not quite sure what I'm really doing here. And I'm on the streets in Richfield looking for traffic problems or what, I'm not sure. So help me out, tell me what I got to do.
Oh man, you'll be fine, dude. You're chief. We love these cameras anyway, right? That's what they say all the time anyway, right?
Well, we love to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Okay. Oh man, that's nuts. All right, so what for you all right now would you say is the most challenging part about your job?
I would say the change and the volume of change that we're dealing with, right? External, internal. We've talked a lot about the challenges we're seeing with not enough candidates coming into the pipeline to become police officers. And so all of our agencies are doing everything we can to pull in good talents, and we've had success doing that, but we need to continue that work. So that creates a different kind of pressure now this day and age than what I was used to when I first started as an officer, because we talk about it all the time. I'd also say that, all this external change that we're dealing with, right? New laws that are coming on the books, all these relationships that we're trying to rebuild and focus on. And then, of course, just the day-to-day volume of 911 calls, the metro area is getting busier. And so our officers and our staff are busier than ever. It's a different kind of policing now than it was before. And so I would say, those kinds of things are the biggest challenges that we see in law enforcement this day and age, from my opinion.
I would agree with you, Todd. I think just the change that we've seen over the last decade or so, and what we are expected to do, and the change in the laws, and being able to make sure that we adapt to that change and be progressive, as all our departments have been with those changes. And obviously the recruitment and retention of our officers. Obviously all three of our departments are great departments, and we work well together. And I think, that's because we're able to adapt and make those changes quickly and efficiently, and obviously stay on top with our staff on the changes that need to be made, both legislatively, locally, and at the state level. So It's a lot different style of policing than it was a decade ago. There's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes the changes and things and how fast they come, just wear out our staff. So I think it's important to have officer wellness programs and making sure that, our staff stay, healthy and fit to do the job. So.
Yeah, and I'd add to that too on the wellness front. The pressure on officers in particular has just never been more prominent, right? And so the focus on wellness initiatives, getting officers in different places, getting them access to mental health services, getting off duty more time off, working out on duty. There's just a lot of different programming that we're trying to really spin up here in a quick hurry just to make sure that we have the support in place for officers. And I would say that's just a continuation or an ongoing challenge that these officers in particular are facing now that we never did 10 plus years ago. We always faced stress and pressure, but it is different now. And these officers are doing a fantastic job out there considering those pressure points that are in place now that they have to deal with. How about you, Booker? What do you think?
Quite frankly, we got a great community in Bloomington, phenomenal cops. The most challenging aspect of my job is a countywide elected official. And I'm going to just leave it at that. For me, that is the most challenging part of my job. But we got a great community in Bloomington. And it's all good in Bloomington. We have fun every single day, but that for me is the most challenging part of my job.
I think that's a good point to bring up because, in law enforcement, our focus has always been and will continue to be is how to hold offenders accountable, right? We represent victims of crime. We want to make sure that we're serving that end of the work well and that we have the confidence in the community that when we're called, that we're going to be there to help people out. And that leads to holding people accountable, right? Making sure that offenders are held and treated accordingly in the criminal justice system. And we're always going to come to the table with that attitude and that approach on things. And we have to.
Well, I think it's important because where the rubber meets the road, and we have to answer to those victims and serve them on a daily basis. So it's important that we uphold their rights as well, and making sure that we do the things that we have to do from a police department standpoint. So I look at it as quality of life. It's quality of life for those people that live in our communities and the people that we serve.
Yeah. So, all right. So all of us are kind of in the same age vein. And we know that the sun is starting to come out here. We know that people are going over there to Chief Christensen's area, getting on these airplanes. So we're gonna sing a song here that we got a little spring break theme here from back in the day. So we're gonna start off with this first song here. All right, we'll get into it. Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party. Spring break 2025. Be responsible though. Here we go. Yeah. Kick it. You guys remember this?
Definitely.
Like spring break of '85.
Yeah, right. It's a little different back then.
You went to prison school and you don't want to go. You asked your mom please, but she still says no. You missed 2 classes and no homework. Teacher brings his class like you're some kind of jerk. You gotta fight for your right to party. All right. We'll cut that song off right there.
Because it would probably get worse.
Oh, yeah, it gets worse.
No tone.
Fight for your right to party. All right. So what would you guys give now? We got this huge turnover that's about to happen in our profession. What advice would you guys give to a new chief coming into their role right now?
I would say be true to yourself. Obviously, get a mentor, but also, be honest. Work with your staff. Work with your elected officials. Obviously, you're going to be challenged, and make sure that you have the ability and the skills to obviously supervise the department and work well with your neighbors, like we work with together. and just make sure that you stay transparent and open and honest. So,
yeah, I'd agree with that. And the only couple of things I'd add to that is, having come from the northern area of Hennepin County, I had a good base of professional colleagues that I worked with day in and day out. And then coming down to Edina, getting an opportunity to really meet with and interact with new colleagues in the South half Hennepin County, for me has really opened the door and really created an open-minded approach for me to make sure to build the relationships. And that's always my takeaway is, and advice to new chiefs, command staff is to work on those relationships, make those connections happen, because you need each other to work through the difficult times. Those challenges are going to come all the time. And if you have a network of professionals that you work with day in and day out, like we do, you can take those challenges on and you can be very successful on the back end of those, but you got to do that work on the front end. So I would say that's, one of the bigger pieces of advice I'd give to new command staff or chiefs that are coming online. I'd also say continue to work on building trust and working with the community that you serve. If you have success in making those connections and they buy into what you're saying, that they understand that you're looking to build trust, when those negative things happen, and we know that they're going to happen, you can stand through that, or you can work through that in a much better capacity or way, because people know who you are, they know what you stand for, and that relationship with the community is already in place to kind of weather through those types of situations. So working with the community in a very meaningful way is a second piece of another recommendation that I've got for sure. How about you?
Cool. I mean, for me, if you're coming in this job, you want to be the chief and you take that job, first and foremost, meet with all your troops. Your troops come first. At the end of the day, if your cops are happy and they're well taken care of and they're going to go out here and treat the community members with dignity and respect. To me, everything starts with the troops. And then realize too, this job ain't about you, right? At the end of the day, it's about your job is to get what you don't want, meaning your people get what you want. It's kind of, my advice for chiefs, and understand too, it's going to be lonely, right? And I think, when you're a deputy chief or an assistant chief, you have an idea kind of what it's like to be the chief, but you don't know what it's like to be the chief until you're actually the chief. And it is a lonely position at the top. And that's something that I don't know if people are sometimes ready for when they take these jobs, or sometimes people appreciate or understand, but understand at the end of the day, when you sign up for this, you sign up for that it's going to be lonely. But
that's why we got to sit inside cars and sing songs together, because you got to get together, right?
we're going to stay together.
You do got to stay together, and you got to dialogue, right? Because you got to network with each other, work through that kind of stuff. And that leads to singing songs. That's okay, even though we can't sing. But a couple other points on that too, which you're absolutely spot on, right? And I think as a chief too, you always got to think about how to innovate, right? And how to come up with new ideas, new plans. Software is ever changing, and then development of your staff, right? So I wholeheartedly support our cops. We all do. We want to make sure that they have successful career paths. Many of them want to aspire to become sergeants or future supervisors, which is great. And you got to create that space and opportunity to help develop all your talent within. And we all have talent in our departments. That's why I'm very excited about the future. It's how do you develop that out and prepare them for those bigger moments in their career paths, right?
Yep,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
all right, we're going to sing this last song here in the theme of spring break. And we're going to tag team it. And it's by tag team. Whoop. There it is.
Party people! Yeah! Tag team full of effect. Get C and my man Brian Supreme. I'm gonna see rolling. Kicking the quote. It goes something like this. Tag team back again. Check it directed. Let's begin. Party people in the pizza house. Jump the toys. Here, party over there. The air, secondary air. Oops, there it is. Oop, 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 there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
All right, we just got through butchering these songs. But before we close, you guys got anything else?
Yeah, I got a question. Since I was taken away from my office doing work, thrown into this car, trying to sing some songs, I heard getting into a car, singing songs with you, Booker, is going to launch my career path into a new area. Is that My takeaway from this event, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You're in Edina, man. You know, you look better than me. I don't want you to outshine me, man, you know?
Always a competition.
All our careers to a higher stratosphere.
So I can guarantee you what this will do for us. When you go visit a church or something, they will not ask you to sing in the choir. Guarantee that.
I agree.
I can guarantee that for all of us. Oh, but in all seriousness, thank you guys for coming on today. You know, we have fun here, but you know, I know you guys go out here and do this job, and none of our jobs a hostage situation, right? But at the same time, I appreciate you guys and the work you do and the partnerships that we got, and I think all of our communities here really benefit from the work we do together, and yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, likewise, Booker. Appreciate it. Always look forward to the work together, moments like this, and really appreciate you bringing us on board for this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We appreciate it, and you know, thanks for the collaboration we have with your departments. It's obviously special that we can work together and do the things that we need to do for our communities. So, and I do expect it to launch my career maybe into something else, but
So
I appreciate it, man.
We got spinoffs. I got season 1 of Car Karaoke. Y'all got season 2 and 3. Yeah.
I mean, we love to have fun, but again, seriously, thanks a lot for inviting us along. We appreciate it. So,
And are we the best that you've had so far? You've had Reg Chapman, right? I saw Jamie Verberge, my old boss back in my Brooklyn Park days. I've worked with Reg. He's an awesome reporter. Love that guy. But are we the best that you've had so far, if you were to rank us?
You are the best for this episode.
Ah, nice. Like it.
it's in the category of chief.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all back here again on the next episode of Car Karaoke.